The Aillio Bullet R2 Pro is the perfect coffee roasting machine if you want to start your own coffee roastery. And this is why we are having a close look at the machine. I'm Ingo from Roastery, and in this channel it's all about coffee roasting. The Aillio Bullet R2 Pro is a small and compact but very powerful coffee roasting machine, and you can roast in about 7 minutes between 150 grams and 1.2 kilo of coffee on this device. As said, the machine has been particularly developed for people that want to start their own coffee roasting business. Because with it, you can already roast up to 4.5 kilo of coffee per hour, and you can roast actually back to back quite unlimited. Compared to other production roasters with about 1 kilo capacity, it's super compact, it's energy efficient, it's super precise, and also for what it delivers, the price is really fair. But also the machine is used quite often by coffee roasteries that use the machine, for example, to develop profiles or to then roast quite special nanolots on this machine, especially coffees that have to be roasted really precisely. Also, roasting academies that are educating people on coffee roasting, or people that just want to learn the craft of coffee roasting, are then really into these Aillio Bullet coffee roasting machines, because construction-wise it's the same as a big production roaster. Most of the time these are drum roasters, so you have the same thermodynamics, but you learn on this machine is something you can then also use on other production roasting machines. But there is also quite a community of home roasters using the machine. So you have a community of people that is sharing experiences, that is sharing tips and tricks, and also roasting profiles on it. Now let's have a look at the technical details of the machine. As said before, it's a drum roasting machine. So you have a quite heavy carbon steel drum that is continuously rotating and then making sure that the coffee is always in movement so that it's been roasted evenly on all sides. Then also on the whole length of the drum there is an induction heating element. Induction is a super efficient and super precisely to control way of transferring the heat in such a small machine. And what's also nice about the induction heating is that the whole drum is becoming a heating element and you don't have any hot spots. So the risk of scorching is really limited on this machine. And due to its energy efficiency, you can just plug it to any electricity outlet out there, and you can move it around in your home. Also, the weight of the machine is not too heavy. It's 17 kilo, so it's not super light, but still you can move it around if you want to put it somewhere else, put it away if you're not using it, or just then move it around your home or your place that you're doing the roasting on this machine. The control on this machine is similar to all drum roasters. So you have the power of the heating element. In the case of this R2 Pro machine, you have 14 steps of the heating element that you can then set. You have the fan speed, so the airflow in the machine. Here it's 9 steps of airflow that you can then set in the machine. And you have also the drum speed, so how quickly the drum is turning. This is also being set in 9 steps. And then also the way it measures temperature is comparable to a big production roaster. So you have a DT probe, a little pin that is set here where the beans are moving around, and therefore you're going to have roasting profiles and curves that you can very nicely compare to other coffee roasting machines. But what's particular about the Aillio Bullet roasters is that they, in addition to that, also have an infrared sensor. This infrared sensor is then measuring the temperature of the beans from upside down, and this sensor is super precise and super fast. And also it measures the same no matter how full the machine is. So if you have, for example, 1/3 of capacity in the machine or a full batch, the temperature is always the same, so that you can then develop profiles with a smaller amount of beans in it and then scale it up to a full batch, for example. This machine also has a so-called flow control. So it's measuring the airflow in the machine and makes sure that the airflow is always the same and consistent, no matter how the air pressure is outside, or if anything is a bit dirty and blocking a bit the airflow. And this helps you to get a super precise and consistent roasting in your roastery, no matter what are the outside conditions. You get the machine with a really nice software called roastery from Aillio. You could also connect the machine to Artisan if you're used to Artisan and prefer this, but I recommend you to use it with roastery, which is a really nicely made, easy to use roasting software that also have a very nice way of doing automatization on the machine. but also you have a connection to the so-called roast world community, an Aillio community where thousands of people are sharing their roasting profiles, their roasting recipes. So you can then also look for even very well-known roasters, take their roasting profiles to your machine and then copy it to the same roast, or even do an automatization out of it to really then directly copy the whole profile if you're getting, for example, a new bean that you don't know how to approach. The only thing you have to take into consideration in roasting with this machine is that due to its capacity, it produces already quite a bit of smoke. So if you're roasting indoors, you have to bring the smoke out of your room. Constructing a venting system is not so difficult. And if you get the machine from us, then we give you these 3 exhaust adapters with it, and then you only need some tubes to bring the smoke out of the room. I would support you then by building such a system. And in general, roasting on the Aillio Bullet R2 Pro is quite simple. You will get really nice results out of this machine very quickly. Nevertheless, there are some things to consider and to know about this machine to get the best out of it and to get consistency all over its lifespan. And this is why we created for you an Aillio Bullet Masterclass. You find more information about it here. It's a more than 4.5 hour online course where we go step by step into all the details of the machine. If you get the machine from us, from Roast Rebels, then you even get this Aillio Bullet Masterclass for free with your machine. When you receive the machine, you get it with everything that you can see here. In addition to that, you also get a little set with tools that you can use then to service your machine, with a connector to connect it to your computer. And if you're having a look at the cooling tray here, you see this machine is still having the classic Aillio Bullet cooling tray. Actually, the R2 Pro machines are being delivered with a Pro cooling tray, which is still in development. We are now in March 2025, so in a couple of weeks there will be then the R2 Pro cooling tray. So if you get a machine now, it will be delivered with this cooling tray, but we send you then the Pro cooling tray afterwards. If you're buying the machine in a couple of months, most probably you will already directly receive it with the bigger and more powerful R2 Pro cooling tray. Servicing the Aillio Bullet R2 Pro is quite simple. If there is anything, you just get back to us or Aillio. They give you instruction on how to solve it, and then the machine will be running most of the time quickly again. If there is a spare part needed, we have most of the spare parts in stock and can send it to you very quickly. Most of them are really simply to exchange. But if there is any servicing needed in our service center, then we just send you a driver, pick up the machine at your place, bring it to our service center, fix it for you, send it back to you. And this is, of course, all covered within the warranty of 2 years. But also, if you have an issue afterwards, just come back to us. We are going to help you, because most of the things are really solved really easily and quickly at this machine. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you want to know more about the Aillio Bullet R2 Pro, then also have a look at our website. You find the link here or down in the description. And if you have any particular questions, then always get back to me to find my contact on roastery.com.